Hi guys, Dorothy here, professional astrologer. You can find me on the web, nhastrologer.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about the week starting with August 6th all the way to the 12th, and that includes a forecast about the final eclipse of 2018. So a lot to talk about, so stay with me and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So let's get started. Monday, August 6th, Moon in Gemini. So lots of people traveling, talking, communicating, feeling like they really need to share how they're feeling. This is people, we might see an overabundance of people telling us how they feel on our social media, or just be getting a lot of calls, a lot of text. Things like that happen a lot when the moon is in the sign of Gemini. We also have the sun in Leo, fiery Leo, still lots of action and creative movement. Makes a square aspect to Jupiter in Scorpio. So this can actually illuminate some of the things that have been sort of lingering and hiding in the background for a little while, and they will come to the surface for us to work on. It could just be that old project or really the old project that's been shelved for a while. All of a sudden, you decide to bring it forward and start to work on it and see if there's any life left in it. Because we are in the waning lunar phase as well, and Scorpio deals with those types of things. What's behind, what's hidden, and what we need to bring up. So that is most of what Monday is, but we also have Venus entering her own sign of Libra. So she's going to retrograde back into this sign later in the fall, but in the meantime, while she's in Libra, right in the beginning, we're going to celebrate the balance of relationships, the balance in our finances, and celebrate the balance in what it is that we love and adore and value. All right, so our focus will shift from being very discerning from when it was in Virgo into now, how can I balance all of this energy? And so that is a lot going on for Monday. Tuesday won't be quite so busy. The moon's still in Gemini, lots of talking. Venus and Mars are in a trine aspect early. Mars is retrograde, Venus is not at this point in time. And so this gives us a little edge in the dynamic of the male-female interaction, all right, because that's the Venus and the Mars energy. So whether it's male-female in relationship or the yin-yang, which is I'm receiving and I'm giving. So that balance shows up pretty strongly today. Uranus goes retrograde today. Now he's been slowing down and stationing for almost a week now, so he hasn't moved very far. The only reason we're getting any action out of him right now is because Mars has been knocking on his door, right? And just saying, hello, let's get stuff going. So while Uranus retrogrades, and we'll go all the way back to 28 degrees of Aries later in the year. So with that retrograde motion, all the action and the movement we've been seeing going on for pretty much the whole year is going to go through a review. A lot of the big changes that are happening, we get to calm down and assimilate some of these things. And that's Tuesday and way into the rest of the year, honestly. All right, let's move on to Wednesday the 8th and Thursday the 9th. The moon is in Cancer and making multiple aspects on both of these days. So we can expect in these 2 days emotions to be really coming to the surface. Besides emotions, we also have this period of looking in how we need to self-care and nurture and take care of ourselves and nurture ourselves. And what's the important way to do this? A lot goes on with home and family and our mothers and all of these energies during the moon's travel through the sign of Cancer. And if you remember, we had an eclipse on July 12th in the sign of Cancer. It was a minor partial eclipse, but it's all opposite Pluto. So the Cancer energy, when it's opposite Pluto, it really means that there is a deeper underlying change happening. And so we don't always know what it is, but on these 2 days, Wednesday the 8th and Thursday the 9th, as the moon moves through Cancer and connects to everybody that it's connecting with, we have multiple opportunities to see how we feel about things, how we want to change the way that we're caring and nurturing for others, how we may even need to separate ourselves from people who are draining us and taking too much from us, because the moon is in a waning phase in this sign. So we are looking at really taking our time and really giving ourselves some space. This is really how I feel that this will be on Wednesday and Thursday. And we are coming up to the eclipse, which is Saturday. So let me look at what the 10th has to say. All right, so now on Friday, we are in what is called, this is even Thursday and Friday, the balsamic lunar phase. It is the last 48 hours, 72 hours before the moon is new again. So it's the period when she's the darkest, not dark negative, just quiet, and we have to go in and we have to reflect. But Friday morning, the moon at midnight, and so it's on the 9th if you're on the West Coast, the moon enters the sign of Leo, and the moon is going to have this eclipse on the 11th. So what do we do with this? That means all day Friday, we could actually have moon in Leo is very gregarious and it's very excitable. You don't see that in me. I have a Capricorn moon, but it's the actor and it's the person who needs attention. It's the 2-year-old pitching a fit in the store because they want something they can't have. The moon in Leo is fiery and dramatic, and we can use this in many positive ways, and we can also use it to get our own way, and we can use it to pitch a fit. So however you want to express it, it doesn't matter. None of them are right or wrong. It's just how we all choose to do it. In this lunar phase on Friday, though, a lot of this, to me, it means that we may be doing this internally within ourselves and not always externally where everybody else can see it. So pay attention that you're not doing that to yourself, that you're not beating yourself up about something or other. All right. And so, because there's so many aspects today. I mean, oh my gosh. Moon's opposite Mars, squares Uranus, quincunx Saturn, sextiles Venus, squares Jupiter, and conjuncts Mercury. And that is a lot of information. And I just explained all of it prior to what the astrology terminology is, okay? So let's move on to the eclipse, Saturday, August 11th. The eclipse, East Coast, is at 5:58 a.m. and it is at 18 degrees of Leo. We've had quite a few Leo and Aquarius eclipses. What are you going to do with this one? This one wants us, it's a new moon eclipse, and it's all about being creative. How you want to express yourself, but not the way I just explained it, not internally. It's now time to plant seeds so you can grow. It's time to plant seeds so we can grow. This is what we get with this eclipse. All right? So on the day before, so again, on Friday, if you have a lot of things in your head and you're looking at all the things you have not completed and not accomplished and you start beating yourself up, this new moon eclipse in the morning on Saturday, the 11th, can help you to plant new seeds so you're able to have a great little garden. I was just reading a friend's post, and she said her husband planted some flowers. This is for you, Pam. Her husband planted some flower seeds, and she'd been watering it, and nothing's grown. And then all of a sudden, she recognizes a little bunny out front. So she didn't say this, but I'm assuming that the bunny's eating the flowers. And so she says she's just going to go buy some more and plant them, already bloomed, because the rabbit needs to eat, right? So there's a problem going on. You didn't know what it was, and now you found the solution. And so this is how I want us to be with our creative endeavors. You don't know there's a problem, but with the moon in that balsamic phase before the eclipse, we get to look within and see what is giving us trouble. And then once we have that new moon, we're able to say, here's the solution, and let's plant that seed. Now, nothing has to happen on that day to make this an effective eclipse, because always, actually, with the moon is still dark. We can't see her crescent until usually it's 36 to 48 hours later when we can finally see she's just starting to be born and that little silver lining comes out. So give yourself a break over the weekend as this eclipse comes and goes, as we go through Saturday and Sunday. Allow yourself to just meditate and to be in the energy of creativity and plant new seeds, and just know down the road the things you do in this weekend will take root and start to grow. All right? So I'm going to leave you with that. If you need to reach me, you know how, nhastrologer.com. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. And that's it for now. Blessings. Namaste.